Hello and welcome to Mindset Mondays with DTK. This is episode number 169 in an ongoing series of live broadcasts designed for folk who have already figured out the hard part. They understand that getting better at doing what you do is best accomplished by getting better at being who you be, by clearing off all the clutter that isn't you, isn't real, isn't true. Because that's when we can live, love, and lead from there. So, good morning. Wow. You know, what I'm getting to play with today is a concept I really enjoy. It's one of those simple truths that events are neutral. They occur independent of meaning. It's only after events occur, it's only after something happens that we, humans, the meaning-making machines that we are, attach meaning to it. We struggle as humans with the idea that there's a right and a wrong, there's a good and a bad, and frankly, there really isn't because, again, dude, events are neutral. And that was a struggle for me to come to grips with. So I get the idea that the lens through which we choose to see the world colors the way we experience it, meaning the lens we choose is what we look through to give things meaning. So when we change our lens, we change our ability to ascribe meaning. And this is both good news and bad news, and really for the same reason, because, spoiler alert, you're in control over how you experience your world. Like I said, the lens through which you choose to see the world determines what you see and how you experience it. Anything that happens, good news, bad news, who knows? It's the ancient tale of an old Chinese man in a small village. And one day the gate breaks open and all of his horses escape. And people in the village come to him and say, dude, I'm sorry, all your horses got loose. That's terrible. And he responds, good news, bad news, who knows? A little while later, all of his horses come trotting back in, right back into the pen, and with them is this massive, beautiful white stallion. The townsfolk are blown away. They come to visit him and say, oh my God, you're so lucky, how fantastic. Not only did you get your horses back, but look at this stallion that's come back with them. And the villager said, the old gentleman says, good news, bad news, who knows? The next day his son goes out to work with the horse to try to ride it, and is thrown from the horse and breaks his leg. And the townsfolk are like, dude, sorry, this is terrible. Your son is who helps you with all the work. What are you going to do? He says, good news, bad news, who knows? Townsfolk are beginning to think he's a little off his gourd. Military comes over the next couple days and starts conscripting all the young men to go fight. And since the man's son has a broken leg, they don't take him. So the townsfolk all come sad and crushed because their sons have been conscripted and say to the father, you're so lucky your son didn't get taken. He said, good news, bad news, who knows? It's not that he's delusional. And the story can go on for ages. In fact, it does. And what's brilliant about the story is looking at any event that happens as either a good news, bad news, who knows, looking at it at the neutral occurrence that it is, gives one the opportunity to see it for what it really is. Just a neutral event. The world is a series of miracles, but we're so used to seeing them that we call them ordinary things. That's the piece. By seeing everything through the lens we have, we tend to encode the most miraculous occurrences in our world as ordinary things. We're ascribing meaning in a way that downplays our world, that minimizes the masterful world that we live in, whereas There are so many miracles happening in our world every day that are waiting for us to see. And as I was looking at this quote, what came up, I mean, the most beautiful things. I've been waking up next to the same woman for the last 30 years. I adore, not just love, but I like my children. Guys, love is the easy part. Like takes work. Every Friday night we have a 3-generation Shabbos blessing before dinner. And if not dinner together, by Zoom. We have dog doors in the house. Although we love walking the dogs, it's pretty nice that during the day they can take themselves out. Love our neighbors. We have vaccines that work. I have a supercomputer in my pocket. These things we take for granted, that we take as just mundane, ordinary things. What if we saw them for the miraculous bits they are? I get to take fuel from these everyday miracles that are happening around me. I get to see the world through a different lens, instead of good or bad, instead of right or wrong, instead of this serves, this doesn't serve. I get to choose to look at things for what they are. There's a quote from Roald Dahl, which I've used in Mindset Mondays before, that idea that those who don't believe in magic will never see it. Same way for miracles. And that's our opportunity. And that's what I want to call you forward to do, is look at the world as a series of miracles. Stop seeing things, stop choosing to see things as mundane or ordinary. What would be different if you spent this entire week looking at your world around you to find the miracles that are happening in plain sight, that are there for the seeing? The world is a series of miracles, but we're so used to seeing them that we call them ordinary things. What are the miracles that you can see hidden in plain sight right now? What's miraculous in your world? Take a moment. True of everything, those who don't believe in X won't see X. Your choice. You choose what to believe in. David, that's so true. And I think the question for you is, what are you choosing to believe in, and therefore enabling yourself to see? And that's the game, isn't it? That's how you see miracles hidden in plain sight, is simply by choosing to believe that they exist. It's so easy to get caught up in the speed, the pace at which we're living. Lockdown or no, we live at high speed. What if we slowed down enough to see the miracles that are hidden in plain sight? My children are spread out in 3 different places just in North America right now. And we're getting together by phone tonight to play with, when are we going to get to see each other all together in one place? When are we going to get to play and spend time together? June, July, August, September. Getting to look at our calendars together. We've looked at it for so long as the ordinary, that we get together. And frankly, given all our different schedules and the different things going on in our rich and full lives, it's a miracle when we get to have everybody together. In that case, we're getting to create them. Getting to create that time to be together. I think that's the piece that's coming up most strongly, is that it's not just about, as David said, If you believe in X, then you're able to see X. It's a weird analogy, but when I first got a cell phone a million years ago, when they used to have those antennas that got installed on your car, all of a sudden I saw every other cell phone antenna in the city, and I thought, oh my God, everybody has a cell phone. No, they didn't. No more than when I got an Acura in 1990. All of a sudden I saw everybody Acura on the road. Everybody had, no, they didn't. It's we become aware of it, and once we tune our attention to that which is miraculous and choose to frame it that way, we begin to see them everywhere. Switch your lens, change your experience. There is so much fuel and energy that comes from seeing the miracles, because then you get to experience them as miracles. It's incredibly fueling and powerful. So this week, what miracles will you choose to see in plain sight? How will you change the way you see the world around you? As always, I look forward to hearing from you and hear how that's going. I'm always available to reach out, DM, any of the social platforms that I'm on. You know this is live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Love to continue this conversation. I'd love to hear what miracles you are choosing to see in your world. So between now and next week, what miracles will you choose to see?